Okay, so I'm doing this as a means to keep my sanity in check while I work on some other very big project that I impulsively decided to make. But I hope I enjoyed making this. Anyway, hello. I have recently watched a video by YouTuber named Pilot, which is I'll put on screen right now, that is explaining how to make a good username. And I thought, maybe I could rate some other players' usernames, but the criteria is more for making usernames than rating usernames, who would have thought. So I'm just going to rate the usernames of the people in the top 20 as of February 14th, 2025, based off how they sound, how it sounds, how it looks, how unique it is, and how much I like it. The cheers are peak, it's peak. Low-key cooked, it's really good, but not exactly perfect, unquote. Mid is just average, not really good, but also not really going to throw up, just mid. Looking embarrassing is bad, and I don't want to call that for, it's just putrid. And no offense to the people who have these usernames. Anyway, first off, we have Emmerich, our rank 1. I'm going to start off by saying I am very glad that he dropped the mixed lowercase uppercase for fully lowercase, because that's a big change and it makes his username perfect. It has a good sound. Emmerich. It sounds very abrasive. It has a good look and it's very unique. You don't really see many Emmerichs, right? And nor would you expect to see it. It's really fucking good and it's really R for him. However, there's a personal gripe that is going to prevent me to put it at the highest tier, and it's the R. That it is, I might pronounce it quite effortlessly, but it sounds a little bit silly, especially for those who are not native English speakers, like Emmerich. It's kind of uncomfortable to say the R out loud, and because of that personal gripe, which comes in this vibes tier, I'm going to put it just in the second to highest tier, which is still a pretty big accomplishment. Congrats. Next up is Evaxa, which I'm just going to go ahead and put in the highest tier. This may be glazing, because I'm an Evaxa glazer first and Nose player second, but it looks perfect. The letters are perfectly arranged in a way that has no letter lines in the middle. You see, especially using the font of the Yozo website, it is all perfectly round. And the X sound is extremely well highlighted. Evaxa. All the sounds flow extremely well. The cherry on top is the I that starts the name, it being capitalized too. The name just sounds perfect. It's out of all sounds arrays, it's perfectly coherent, consistent, good, well looking. It's peak. Now for a Colabad, it's a little bit complicated because I prefer the spelling with a K as opposed to the spelling with two C's. However, there's like a one profile thing, it was changed to the one of Gag, and he couldn't revert the name back straight to a Colabad with a K, and just stay with the C for now. But it's fine, it just that two C's kind of disrupt the vibe of it, but I can live with it. It's a longer name than average, but it works. The thing is, the bad ending kind of spoils that bitch. It kind of ruins a little bit of the fun, but it's fine. I don't think many people really like it, but Akoli looks and sounds way better, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, than Akoli bad. Therefore, for that, and also because of the two C's kind of ruin it, because it is in-game username tierlist, I'm going to put in here. Gnahus is very interesting because he uses those vowels, those consonants that you never see, like such as the mute G at the start and then the H, the H sound. Therefore, it's like really fucking unique, and it's really fun to say out loud. Gnahus. Gnahus. You never see anyone with a username that starts with a mute consonant. He's the only person I know who does that. He made it work. Gnahus just works. It could be anything else. I find it a little bit hard to work with mute consonants in the start of the username, but he made it work somehow. And because he has unique and looks well, especially in this font, all that I also put in peak. Ninetic. It's not inherently obvious that this is just a lengthening of this name Eric, but that's the magic part. You don't notice that it's inherently a lengthening of his actual name because it's just that good, and plus you don't pronounce it as Nine Eric, you pronounce it as Nineric, which the pronunciation sounds really good. And I honestly prefer the all lowercase spelling to the all uppercase spelling, and that's what is going to put it at low-key cooked instead of peak. But yeah, this is really good. Really good is a name for a really good guy. Knuckleboard, yes. I will be fucking honest, this actually sucks, stinks, blows. First off, and that's a new criteria that I think is very relevant. You don't know or you aren't exactly comfortable to guess what his actual first name is. Because, like, Bard, yes, is not really the most comfortable term to call someone. Especially consider that actually is not his actual internet first name. His actual internet first name is Xander, which sounds infinitely better. I don't know if he plans to change his username or not, but I'll just say that Xander is way better, bro. At least you have that spare name. But, bro, I actually don't want to call it. My bad. Japa de Capa is interesting because it's a longer username, but the matching, I forgot the word, alliterating. It alliterates the Japa and the Kappa, and it being spelled with D, the instead of the, makes it better. Like, it's not Japa de Kappa, it's Japa de Kappa. And Japa de Kappa sounds way better than Japa de Kappa, if you can ever hear the difference. It works really well, but it doesn't work as well as the peak ones. But I also don't think it's a very low-key cocktail, but it's also way too high to be mid. So it's in the bottle of cooked. Nyan potato, it's unique somehow. It's fairly unique. The capitalization is on spot. It's fun to say whether you say Nyan potato or they used to say it Nyan potato. I am surprised it is as good as it is. It's kind of a cooked. I wouldn't say it's better than Nineric, however. But what put Nineric in the second highest tier is the capitalization. And I like lowercase letters more, so just off vibes, I'm going to put him here. Between Nineric and Japa de Cap. Now, this is going to be a very similar case to Xander's case, and it's rating some. I'm gonna have to rate his in-game username instead of his actual username because detective as a word that is a username blows as well. It's not as bad as Bird, yes, but it blows. And it feels so bad for Mr. Lifeline because Lifeline as a username goes very hard. It loses points for being an actual English word, but who cares honestly? However, detective is not really unique, unfortunately. The CT cluster just don't work. And I don't know. It's kind of ass. No shade to Lifeline, but it's kind of ass. It's low-key embarrassing, bro. At least you're not actually detective. Creator is another regular English word, which again kind of loses points for that. But it looks better than the word detective at least. Looks better and sounds better, I think. But it's not as good as the other ones, and I don't really have any much words to say about it. So I just mid. It's not peak, but that's not atrocious. So like, yeah. Milash sounds good, looks unique, but it has one caveat. It's his actual IRL first name, like real life first name. He is actually named Milash IRL. So I'm rating someone's first name here. However, I cannot deny that it goes hard. I would say that this guy's first name goes harder than Japa de Capa. Somehow. Actually, no. I don't think it goes harder than Japa de Capa. Actually, I think it's top of mid. Just from the fact that it's like someone's actual first name. But It's kind of basic bitch, but it also works really well. Jackon, I would say that the age before the K saves it. Like, it does a lot of heavy lifting here. Because otherwise, it would be really mid. But this age alone bumps it for me. And it also kind of looks really nice. And it sounds kind of silly, however. However, it wins in the looks, the aesthetics, and the uniqueness somewhat, but it loses in the sound of it because it just sounds silly. So I'm going to put it here. It wins some, it loses some, and that's how it is. Cloutiful, as his name, goes bogglingly hard. My bad, but it just kind of goes bogglingly hard. I can't deny it. It's very unique sounding. It's very neat. I see that on some social medias he goes by our uppercase version of it, which I think it's a little bit lame, but it is how it is. This one goes hard. And see how it also has no lines at the middle, letters lines at the middle like E or K, which just makes it better. It doesn't go as hard as I want the peak, because those are peak for a reason. Actually, it might. Username basis, it's kind of peak. A secret box. On Pilot's video, which again is the basis I'm making this from, he mentioned something about avoiding articles in the start of usernames. However, I think this works a lot well, especially how the capitalization highlights it. It doesn't sound like a desperate attempt at fishing the username. It's more unique if anything. And it isn't exactly unclear what you want to call him. People call him Box, which works. Or people just call him Secret Box, which is also fair. So basically, he cooked a lot, but didn't cook as hard as some other people in the same tier, so he goes here in the middle. That's right. Minhoca Louca. First, it's a personal gripe, and I know it's it's basically a non-issue, but I get a little bit pissy. Just a little bit, just a teensy bit pissed when people don't pronounce his name correctly, but like the NH sound, it isn't inherently obvious, especially to English speakers, so like, but this name's so fucking silly, bro. Yeah, so fucking silly that's like low-key embarrassing. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in here. It's fucking stupid. You're really telling me that your username is translated to crazy worm in all caps? And then, fuck off, bro. You are looking embarrassing, bro, but like, it's just a username. Flying tuna goes really fucking hard. I'm being for real. This goes hard. It's the tuna who flies. It's clear that his internet first name is Tuna and flies, and the capitalization is on spot. If you were all lowercase, I think you wouldn't go as hard. And it's on par with names like a Secret Box for me. I would argue it goes harder, maybe just because it doesn't have an article. I know that I said that Secret Box is A, makes it sound special, but you know. Yellow Socks. Socks! I deadass don't know what is their actual quote-unquote name. Like, they put it as a username because of a friend of theirs named Yellow, and it backfired. I should probably look up what their actual name is, but I'll just put it on screen, maybe, perhaps. Anyway, I don't want to call it that. I'm not gonna call that. Yellow Socks sucks ass. Akanziax, on the other hand, goes hard. That ass. I don't know how to pronounce correctly, so I just pronounce as Akanziax, and it loses points for that. But otherwise, it looks somewhat perfect, and it feels nice, and it's really unique. So I'm gonna put it in here. Yes, it goes harder than Colibad's. Fuck. Phrases. It was better when it was just phrase with the brackets, but win some, lose some. And that change single-handedly knocked him down to mid. In fact, it's the... Okay, not the bottom of mid, it's right here, but... I don't know, it's kind of basic, bitch. Calling embarrassing would be far too harsh. But, you know. It is what it is, bro. My bad. And plasma, regular as English word, but it's an English word that sounds cool enough to not sound embarrassing. Plasma as a word sounds really cool, and as a username, it can be predictable, and it can be a first choice for many people, perhaps, but it sounds cool. But like, it's not that deep, so I'm putting in the bottom of cooked. It could be interchangeable with the top of mid, but I don't know. And this is the final tier list. 3 people have achieved absolute peak, and 9 people have low-key cooked, and mid, 4 people just have some kind of usernames. 2 people have the in-game usernames be a little bit embarrassing, and 2 people just lost. So yeah, this is basically it. Thank you for keeping up and putting up with me for however many minutes this turns out to be. And I'll see you when my sanity is fully in check. Which is... I don't know. I'm just saying words, man.
I want, like, is... Okay, so question for you here. Is Vaxa a more aura name than the Vaxa? Because for me it is. You know? No, I think Vaxa goes harder. Damn. It's funny because Vaxa and the Vaxa are almost like the same thing. It's just a letter swap, it's like almost reversed.